Hey guys, welcome back to Tip Talks 22. Guys, this is the first true crime reading that I have done in a really long time for the collective, and this one is a little bit different. You're probably wondering how we got here. So today, I should have just started the second video after this, but let me tell you, today I'm scrolling on TikTok and I come across this lady that I do follow, right? But in protecting my energy, I'm trying not to watch too much, right? But this one caught my attention. Let me show you why.
I've been threatened with a lawsuit in a TikTok message if I don't stop talking about the unsolved case of Marquis Martin out of Drew County, Arkansas. This is a case that I've been talking about since August 2023, and that threat, it's not going to silence me. It tells me that it's time to get louder. So let me go ahead and show you that message, and bit by bit, I am going to show articles that back up the things that I've said about this case, and of course, the things in those articles and the things that I've said are alleged, reported, speculation, rumor, because there's been no justice.
Now, having never heard about this case at all, um, of course, it made me want to tune in. Okay. And as I continued to listen to it, I was like, oh, so these are the allegations. This is the information that's been kind of made public, but not by officials. And just listen to her entire video. I was like, oh, this is my cue. If you know anybody who is a truth seeker or truth speaker, you already know being told not to talk about it is going to light their fire in a way that does the complete opposite, right? So my hope is that in me looking into the cards to see what the angels, ancestors of the highest divine vibration, and spirit guides of the same show, if they show me the information that aligns with what has already been made public, I'm gonna tell you now. Let's take out any suspense if there is any. They do. Okay, I just saw 111 on the clock. They definitely do. And because it has already been 5 years that this person has been screaming about justice for Marquis and it hasn't come yet, I almost in my head had a moment of pessimism, right? Feeling like this case wouldn't be solved. But then I remembered Kier and Chloe Johnson's disappearance case and how after speaking to the police chief in that case, it had already been like years. I want to say 8 years. It had already been years. And I spoke to this chief, and he in Virginia Beach, I think, and he said that they were still actively investigating the case. And I was just like, I feel like he was just BSing me, right? Because even after that, it was like 2 years later. But after that 2 years, 11 years later, they arrested this guy and they had tons of notebooks of information to make that arrest and to make their case. So I'm hoping and praying that through all of this official corruption, through all of this obstruction, through this good old boys protection, okay, that someone of integrity is actively and courageously working to bring all of the people involved in Mack's disappearance and his ultimate demise to justice. That's my prayer. I'm hopeful and optimistic about it, even if it takes a little bit of time. Now, back to my newfound friend. She's a friend of my head on TikTok, allegedly, reportedly. Let me allow her to give you a little bit more of the details and information that I saw that introduced me to this case, and then we'll go from there.
No justice. So in every video I have said just that. Rumor, speculation, talk in the town. So let's all go through it together. I will not shut up. Good try. This message is from what I believe is a fake account, Lee Leak, with 8 followers, and Lee Leak said, regarding Marquis Martin, you should get your facts and research corrected. Number 1, let's break this one down. There was an autopsy released to the public, and it states that the passing was by a single GS wound. There was no other injuries or torture as implied by several media outlets and Miss Arrington. Miss Arrington is the mother of Marquis Martin. You're right. Multiple media outlets have reported about that. I actually have not. The closest I have come in my videos is saying that the condition of his body is not something that I can talk about on this app, but I'll go ahead and put this up. This article mentions that some of his fingers were cut off. Now, this is alleged. This is reported. There are 2 different sides of the story. One that comes from the police department that says this is not at all true. And then there's reports like this that mention it. Now, again, I never have, but since you brought it up, I'll show this. There are other articles that say even worse things were done to his body. I'm not going to show that because there is no need. I have always tried to be respectful and leave it at, I'm not going to go into the condition that his body was reportedly in. But since you brought it up, here's just one bit of that. Number 2, Noah Gober was not living in the state of Arkansas at the time Mr. Martin went missing and was found no longer alive. Oh, really? Exhibit A for point 2. Noah Gober posted this to Snapchat on February 11th, 2020. That was 2 days after Marquis went missing on February 9th, 2020. This photo was allegedly taken in a camper that is owned by Mark Gober. We'll talk more about that camper in just a moment. But how would Noah have posted this, taken this in a camper, if he wasn't in Arkansas at the time? Also, if you're questioning that this was posted by Noah Gober, number 1, this says Noah Gober, and the text at the bottom, you may not be able to see it, but it says, "Can I help you?" N-word. We're going to talk more about this Snapchat photo and what is or is not in it in just a minute, but let's keep confirming that he did post this, and it came out on February 11th, 2020. This is an article from KARK, and they are discussing that image that I just showed you. Gober, who was the sheriff at the time of Marquis's disappearance, this is him, Mark Gober. Gober contends the photo has been altered and said his son apologized for posting it. He also claimed his son wasn't in Arkansas at the time of Martin's disappearance. So he is admitting the photo came from his son Noah. Everyone believes, allegedly, that that photo was taken in an RV from the Gober's property that's owned by Mark Gober, but yet he wasn't in town. That's miraculous. Point 3, Noah Gober did not own a camper during this time period. I've never said he did. What I have said is that Mark Gober owned a camper. Here's the proof. Point 4, the picture of Mr. Martin in the camper was photoshopped. In addition, this camper was not owned by Noah Gober, nor located in Arkansas. Okay. Anytime I have shown this photo, I have said that many people believe that they can see Marquis's face hidden underneath that blanket in the photo that Noah Gober posted. So, was it altered? I'm not sure. The only thing I have reported is that many people who love Marquis, who knew Marquis, who could recognize Marquis's face, believe that they can see it in that blanket. That's what I've left it at. It's alleged. Another miraculous thing that camper wasn't located in Arkansas, but a lot of people have a lot of pictures posted where it seems to be in Arkansas, but what do I know? Point 5, no camper owned by the Gober family was renovated nor put up for quick sale. I'll get back to y'all on point 5. Once upon a time, I had information or text messages about a quick sale. That was back in 2023. I do have a day job that I need to get ready for after this video, so promise you I'll be back with info on point 5, but let's go ahead and move to 6. No one with the name of Gober had anything to do with the unfortunate passing of Mr. Martin. Spreading these lies is not helping to solve this case. Now, I have never outright said that anyone with the name Gober is responsible for this. I've asked a lot of questions, I've shown a lot of things, I've talked about a lot of allegations, and let's just go ahead and speed run through some other articles and items that I saved just for this video. There's a change.org petition up that I suggest everyone go and read. It is Justice for Marquis Mack Martin, immediate recusal of Mark Gober, Sheriff, Monticello, Arkansas. Go read it. It's pretty long. Another article you should check out is from On AR Watch, Corruption, Racism, Murder, What You Should Know About Drew County, where they discuss Marquis Martin and Sheriff Mark Gober. Let's also talk about protests real quick. Peaceful protests were going on regarding the case of Marquis Martin, and do you know what happened shortly after that? An ordinance was put out stating that you need to have a permit in order to protest. One city council member actually says in this article that she was surprised to see this ordinance being discussed at the board meeting because of the sensitivity. We almost all agreed that it was poor timing for it to be introduced. That was the biggest concern. She said that she can't speak on the city's behalf on why the ordinance started, but there have been other protests without an ordinance being introduced. It didn't seem to be an issue at that point when the Trump parade was held here in Drew County. I think we saw them go down 425 through the parking lot. You can read the rest. She was saying that it was poor timing, that there were concerns, that they didn't understand why this was happening after protests from Marquis Martin when it didn't happen any other time. But even though she was showing concern, to my understanding, reportedly, that ordinance was passed. Something else I've always found peculiar and just wild is that this is allegedly the only unsolved homicide in Drew County, Arkansas. And in this article, we can hear Mark Gober talk about that. He has investigated 9 homicides since taking office, and this is the only one he hasn't been able to solve. He calls it complex. And yes, I have asked questions about what makes it complex for him. I'm just curious. There are other articles where the photo is shown and they even blur out what could be a face, what some people believe is a face. If the news station didn't think it was, I'm not sure why they would blur it out, but here's a quote from Marquis Martin's mother, Lakeisha, who I think the world of. "I can see his cute little nose laying there, that little hole, his cute little nose. Then I can see the eye and I can see the mouth." She believes that she can see her son there, and you can read all about it in major news media articles. And now for the threat. You are hereby given notice that you are not allowed to use the Gober name in your videos, nor state the sheriff's son in implying involvement. Take this as an official notice prior to a lawsuit being filed for slander. I pray this case is solved soon. The slander and harassment needs to stop. I am exercising my freedom of speech to talk about this unsolved case because that is what I do. Now, this case I have gotten more hung up on because there's just so much to read about and so little has been done. So, no, I'm not going to shiver in my boots over this threat because it's bogus. This is not a legal threat. This is a fake account. I'm very curious who is actually behind that account. Oh, and I told y'all that I would show you who they're following. I'll hide the rest of the people because I don't know who they are, but look at that. Follows Noah Gober. Huh, not suspicious at all. So there's a really quick review and rebuttal from that message that I got yesterday. I hope that it's clear now. I will not stop saying Marquis Martin's name. I will remind everyone that the information we go over is alleged, reported, rumor, speculation, and until there's justice, they will be just that. And I know that justice will come. I don't know who will deliver it, but I know it. I have carried Marquis Martin with me since August 2023 when I heard about this case. I speak to his mother. I know it. She knows it. There will be justice for Mack. And until that day, you can find me here making at least one video a week. There is still so much to go over that we haven't talked about yet. If you want to hear the whole case chronologically, I have a playlist at the bottom of the screen. I welcome you to go and watch it. I beg you to make videos of your own about Marquis Martin. Scream justice for Marquis Martin. Justice for Mack. We will not be silenced. This is not going away. So, let me know your thoughts, and I'll be back soon. Rest in peace, Mack. We're not stopping.
So, guys, it's so interesting regarding the trailer and that photo that the son posted on Snapchat. Initially, like in her video, I could see the image because she blurred it. But at the very beginning of the video, you can see the uncovered or unblurred image. And y'all, when I saw that photo, I was like, what? How could you deny that that is that young man's face? I was like, okay, maybe because some time has gone by and I've been staring at his face so long, I see it clearly now. But I mean, see it clearly. Clearly. And that's infuriating, to be gaslit, for somebody to tell you you don't see what the freak you see when you looking right at it with your own eyes. Like, ooh, baby, I had a conversation with my mother this week about that very type of thing. Because she was like, what is gaslighting? Anyway, I was like, baby, Dad burned me up when I actually saw the unblurred photo. And I'm like, that's clearly him. Clearly him. Anyway, so let me start by showing you. I was like, okay, now that is the only video I'd watched prior to pulling these cards, but it still offered a lot of information. My goosebumps going crazy. And so I was like, let me use my personal deck to see if the cards that come up align with the story that we are hearing. So let me show you what we got. And then we'll take a brief walk through tarot, because I feel like it's just confirmation, guys. It's just confirmation. So this first card, of course, well, This didn't come out in this order. So no, in no particular order for sure. This particular card didn't come out in this order, but the rest of them did. But the first card we have, guys, is premeditated. We also have intoxicated or drinking, which, a lot of cowards have to get their liquid courage from somewhere when they do sadistic things, right? We also have the card of abundance. And I was like, abundance, is this about finances, right? Because the home that he lived in, it didn't look like, And so as I'm clarifying what abundance means, guys, you've heard the statement, sometimes people hate you because of how much other people love you. It was that type of energy. It is the envious energy of someone's light, of the attention that they get, of how. So there was an abundance of that. Okay, that was the abundance that this is connected to as well. Of course, we got this card: abduction, kidnapping, lured. This very quickly and clearly, coworker. Ancestral patterns, curses, or gifts. Guys, this is happening in South Arkansas. A black man who had a lot of white friends who potentially had. Well, I know he had at least one child with someone of another skin tone, not race. We're all human, the human race. Um, but in the South, there's still very much so that mentality of that is anti-interracial connections, right? We also got emotional trauma. We definitely got the energy of secrets or secrecy. I have not purposely, I've not looked at what all was done to Marquis over this month's period. Um, I do not believe that he was murdered immediately. And based on the information that we saw in allegedly reported Lee's video, there is speculation that he may have been tortured over a period of time. So when I saw this, I was like, okay, maybe this was part of that. Okay. We also got this card. I hope y'all can see that. The first one was I'm sorry, because I'm like, what if they're not looking at the screen? The first one was suffocation. The next one is murder. This one, infidelity, cheating. One of the people that it is alleged that he had this baby with is the niece of Gober, who was the sheriff at the time. And I do believe she was either dating someone else or married to someone else. Yeah, I don't remember if that's in the video that I shared with you or not. But yeah, had to take partner's name off of the documents because it turned out that was not his baby and the baby is biracial. Okay. Anyway, for hire, paid help, which we believe is the co-worker's role. I personally believe there is more than just that co-worker who was paid to either kidnap, dispose of, torture, etc. Someone is more than just a co-worker. This is connected to promiscuity, paid or social, someone's social sexual activity. This is something that occurred locally in the neighborhood. And it's so crazy. I see this card all the time. And oftentimes I'm thinking bipolar or depression. Immediately, I was drawn to psychosis. Because, yeah, in order to inflict certain types of harm on people, you got to be psychotic, right? This particular card is one of a couple that made me wonder, right? Let me show you what it says. On the DL, closeted sexual behavior or lifestyle or gender preference. And the next card, pedophilia. Let me find the other one where I was like, did they? This is when I went ahead to clarify. We got this particular card. And I was like, okay, so did the girl say that this had been the case? Right? And it's like, no. Well, first of all, please know that that's all up and through the government. But second of all, Spirit showed me that this is connected to not the young lady. This is connected to the men that were in this community, this group, this Three of Coins energy, working together to harm Marquis. So I don't know what all they did to him, but let me tell you something. You don't get in that type of group and then all of a sudden decide to do, certain things. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are. Okay. So I feel like this could be relevant to that. I'm not positive, but that's the energy that I got from the cards that I pulled. There is this, and this energy connected to the people that committed this crime who were a part of this murderous group. Okay. This is a part of that. This could be that what they were on. This could be someone who uses those. Who knows? Arkansas knows. I'm gonna just say that I ain't trying to incriminate nobody but the people who deserve it. Here we have racism, which just a good old boy we expect, right? This boyfriend energy. And I clarified that because I also got this girlfriend card, right? And I asked Mark Bruce, he's going crazy. I asked Marquis's energy, was he considered the boyfriend in this particular case? And he was like, no. Like a situationship is the energy that I was given regarding that. Okay. We definitely got truth uncovered or revealed. There is greed connected to this case in some way. I don't know. We definitely got blunt force. We also got the poison card, drink or food, right? So I don't remember. I guess I should have watched the video that I was sharing with y'all. I watched it one time and was like, oh, I'm gonna share this with the collective. But she said there were some men who located his ID and turned it over to the they called the police. Like, I found this ID. Fortunately, they filmed the ID as they found it and shared it via social media. But the sheriff came and collected it, Gober at the time, naturally, and it was never reported to the family that the ID had been found or located. And then later, a suspicious person drove up to these people and tried to give them some open ass water. I said, okay, maybe that's that. We also have the land, woods, ditch, field, forest, which could be connected to where he was initially. This is definitely connected to petty revenge in heart matters. There's definitely cover up, cover up, cover up. We also have the water, lake, pond, creek, or river. He was found in the creek. Familiar faces are responsible for this or involved in this in some way. Acquainted strangers. So people that he knew or may have looked at as, oh, I see them around. Acquainted strangers. People that he was familiar with, but maybe not have considered them like actual friends. I feel like, listen, that could be the coworker being described as that. Many people. We also have deception, lying, liar. We also have denial, and you would say, isn't that the same thing? No. This denial card usually comes out when this is someone that the police have already talked to or interviewed, but they denied their involvement, and that is likely deceptive. Okay. Envious or jealous, definitely. Cyber stalking. I was like, who's stalking who, right? So I did clarify that card with the tarot, and I got that Three of Coins energy, that same little group of people working together. Also got not police, but police. I don't know how to say that. It's not like we are officially investigating, so we're stalking that. No, 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 no. This is the people connected to this who are also connected to law enforcement, are heavily watching what's being reported, the social medias, and they are indeed cyber stalking. Okay, which is likely who's at the root of the email that allegedly reportedly received. We also got this scam or fraud money scheme, which I don't remember if it was in this video or not. Of course, that I shared. I'm gonna stop saying that, but I don't. I just wanted to give you that information and not give you too much information. But with the money scheme, that his mother, Lakeisha, received a text fairly early after his disappearance, demanding a ransom. Right. So that may be connected to that. I get some water. Revenge showing up again. So that's a heavy theme because it showed up twice in two different ways. Because we remember we saw the petty revenge in love matters, and also revenge that is likely at the heart of it. We also have the medical emergency card, which suggests that he likely didn't transition immediately. There was something that occurred where it's like, okay, he may be in bad shape or he may be badly hurt. However, there's still time. We can help him. We can get him some help. He can get some treatment. He would survive. He would be okay. And whoever was around chose not to do that or not to act on that. This particular card, I haven't seen it come out in a true crime reading in a really long time. Release this. Let it go. So this is the energy of don't investigate this. Don't ask no questions. Don't worry about it. Let it go. We see. This energy, the family. I didn't even clarify. I feel like it's siblings, cousins, aunt, uncle, mother, father, in-laws, grands, right? So, like I said, the female in question is the niece of the sheriff, who would be the cousin of the person who is being most publicly accused. We also have this card, the stuck card, which could be that you are trapped, bound, or stuck in a situation that you are unable to escape. It can also be literally stuck like knife or weapon energy. There is a narcissist involved in this case, someone who may think they are smarter than the average bear. It could be these people, corrupt law enforcement or officials. I know, I need to fill that in. It's so not light. Like, it's light, but like, I don't know. I just told you what it said. We also have this past partner energy. So I don't know if he was present or just aware. Um, Definitely getting a masculine energy around that card. So I don't know if that's connected to the female. I'm smelling a perfume or cologne. Uh, if that's connected to the female, or if that yeah, past partner. But also of someone who was a seducer, a succubus, a thief of energy. Mhm. We see this. We know that it was discovered that he died of a GSW. This entire situation was definitely intentional, as we saw at the beginning, because it was premeditated, right? Listen, gang activity. And I don't think they talking blood or Crips, okay? Obviously. We know and have known for some time that even the police see ICE actions now, um, can be considered a gang. Who else is a gang? People with a certain negative mindset or belief system surrounding interracial relationships, which is interesting that this card, restricted by family or family rules, shows up, right? So it's like you done went and got pregnant by this black man. Also got this information, ignoring the truth. And lastly, I got this card and I was like, what? So we got the black magic card. So I had to do some clarifying on that card through tarot. And this was not a love spell. What I'm getting is Goosey's going crazy. First of all, I'm getting that. But what I'm getting is that there may be something being done. It could be literal black magic. Y'all be surprised at what people are into. Where something is being done to kind of cloak either the case, the facts of the case, or to kind of hide, to make this case either unsolved or to like block the investigation in some way. Someone may be resorting to the dark arts, like protect my family, keep something from being revealed, is that type of energy. Now, let me show you what the tarot said. Let's get into it. So, if you are an OG here, you guys know we often use the Kipper deck to get to the bottom of these types of cases. Let me show you what came out. What is at the heart of or the starting situation here? We got the marriage card. When we see the marriage card, guys, it is usually about a marriage, a partnership, a couple, a relationship contract of some sort. Contract doesn't have to be literal. It could just be the agreement is that we are together, or this is a connection, or this is a relationship, right? Oh, look at the energy of this card. Let me tell you what it looks like. It looks like there's a new beginning here connected to this masculine energy, but there's something, a light being shown on this partnership, this case, this situation that creates some stress for this person. Let's clarify this. Oh, child. And they don't want it to get out. They like, let's guard this secret. Hold on. Or it makes them insecure. There's some type of insecurity in a relationship connected to what is being illuminated. Okay. Listen, this could be like the energy of too many players on the field. Someone stepped out of the situation or the marriage or their commitment here. Yeah, listen. Somebody doesn't want some. What am I about to say? What I'm about to say? What I'm about to say? Somebody doesn't want to know that there is infidelity going on in their home. Somebody has a freaking fragile ego. All right. Somebody doesn't want. Listen, we got this card. My goosebumps went crazy. Of the Seven of Cups, right? Which is why I said too many players on the field. There are a lot of people in this relationship. Why is this relationship? Because this is a marriage or a commitment here. With the Two of Swords, that means somebody's making a choice or dealing between two. There may be feelings or emotional tie or bond here connected here, but there is some type of imbalance. What kind of imbalance, Tiffany? The Lover's card, a clandestine affair, a third-party situation here. Like him or me type of energy connected to or around this home or this family or this marriage or partnership. Okay? And it's showing up as this Queen of Wands energy that has this new situation happening in her physical reality. This Queen of Wands energy, y'all, can be someone. She can be feisty, she can be fiery. She is often, and it's not really shown like that on this deck, this original type of tarot deck. But the energy of the Queen of Wands can be someone who is seductive, can be someone who is highly sought after, who has like a lot of admirers or suitors, or is found attractive by others, right? Anything else you want to show me on that marriage card? Oh, yeah. There is some envy, some resentment, some jealousy, someone who wants to win by any means necessary or win at all costs, connected to who? This Empress. The Empress, let me move this. The Empress is, child, the angel said they're going to get this light. The Empress, guys. The Empress is my wife card. It's my baby mama card. It's my girlfriend card. It's that divine feminine energy. What's that, Knight? But something about this energy, this divine feminine energy, is different from who she portrays herself to be, which is obvious. So maybe she presents herself to be this Empress, but is showing up as that Queen of Wands, right? What's the Chariot here? Yeah. So this is someone who wanted this child or wanted this baby, but also was maybe trying to either hold off on a secret or keep a secret here. She has something to, yeah. What am I saying? What I'm saying. Thank you so much, Spirit. She was hiding something, which could likely be news of a pregnancy or birth, or who or what is connected to it. This Chariot here. Yeah, because someone's carrying some type of guilt or shame around a situation where there is some type of deception. Seven of Swords. Some type of denial, some type of lie here. And it's like if I drop this information, either I'm not going to be supported or there's going to be a change in the type of support that I get. What's this, Queen? Oh, what am I saying? What I'm saying. So I've third party in this house, affecting this house, this home, this partnership. It's going to affect my relationship. This lie that I'm trying to force on someone. What's this Temperance card? Yeah. Okay. This could be something that Spirit was using to try to get her out of a situation. And I say a situation, I mean like this partnership, this relationship. Not the relationship to Marquis. Well, which he said was more of a situationship. Um, I don't know who the other person is that she was actually dealing with or in a public relationship with. There may have been something toxic about that partnership. I feel like, yeah, I feel like there was something about this meant to expose, was meant to expose. Okay. That's interesting to see. It's definitely giving like maybe her beliefs didn't align with the beliefs of either the person she was with or her family, even because we got that Ten of Pentacles showing up. Yeah, and it's like this is something that's needs to be addressed and confronted head on. But someone is focused on appearances and image here. This is someone in control or authority. Could be law enforcement with that King of Swords energy. They may have control over like a family dynamic with this Ten of Pentacles showing up, or control over like their children. Yeah, who they collaborate with, who they partner with. Like y'all, well, I was gonna say y'all know what card this is for me. This is definitely a card of intimacy. Intimacy, not allowed. Close the door on that. When it comes to collaborating with certain people that we may look down on with that page energy. But this may be something that is like hidden or an unspoken rule. Like this is a toxic belief or belief system or behavior here that they keep under wraps, right? For sure. And revelation of this truth would definitely evoke aggression or anger in some way. So that very much so aligns with what is being alleged is at the root of this situation, right? What is the unpleasant facts? This is a group or community. Three of Coins energy. This is someone who was local to Marquis, someone that he surrounded himself with, or who, like I said, just kind of maybe, I was gonna say lived in the neighborhood. I almost feel like there's no need to clarify that. this card very much so, it gives me what we just saw, that Three of Coins energy, which is like everybody kind of coming together, a community. It's a community, obviously. It's a community card, a community of friends or maybe even family. And then I'm noticing in the back of this card, I see this card all the time, y'all, and have never noticed this. You see the more faint images, one of an even older gentleman, and then one of a more faint image, and the appearance of their clothes is a little different, right? So this is like something that goes back generationally, is the energy that I'm getting from that card today. Family, relatives, friends, like-minded people. That's how the guidebook would describe it, which is also described as that Three of Coins. This is a group of people who would work together or share some type of connection in that way. They could share resources as well. But this is the unpleasant fact, okay? I was going to say, I don't want to clarify it because, I mean, that just makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you. Listen, this is a negative, toxic energy, narcissistic energy, and this is history. It goes back. This devil energy. Like generations, from ancestors who have died, leaders who have died, leaders of the family or the community who control their children in this way and maybe losing control of their children in this way. And they are definitely disappointed by that. Yeah, they're definitely disappointed in this shift in belief with this particular generation that kind of is moving away from the tradition of exclusion, so to speak, right? Guys, I get it. Like my dad, maybe my dad is from East Texas, okay? South Texas, he's from the country. He was like this. You know what I'm saying? He very much so was like this. And as he's gotten older and matured and grown, I'm so happy about it. His belief system has changed. He has a lot of friends of another race, right? Or of different races. He has, developed friendships with different people. And this is something that, like I said, is how, based on kind of how they grew up. But just because it's the history of the family, we are now moving into this age of Aquarius where a lot of these younger generations, baby, are breaking these patterns. This it's why they are here. They are the ones who are going to be these generational pattern curse breakers, okay? This is a learned and taught behavior. And I'm not saying nobody ever did it before, but this generation across the board is going to be the generation that is more comfortable in their position to not take on this toxic mindset. That's what I'll say about that. Anyway, okay, so here, what is the lie? What is the lie? I feel like the lie, we have the Great Fortune card, that which may be connected to the fact that this is money motivated, right? Or that, like, I feel like that ransom note was just like to kind of taunt. It wasn't like someone who expected to receive the ransom. This wasn't like robbery was not the motive here. Okay? This was not that. Absolutely. Hold on a sec. I'm looking and listening. Hold on just a second, please. So this feels like something that, who was not happy about it though, aside from the family? Because it starts out with the Empress. Who's that Empress? Well, I know who she is, but yeah, this divine feminine, this female is not on the same page about this situation. Yeah, about the kidnapping, about the binding. Like, this is not somebody who wants this to occur, who thinks that the behavior of this community, Three of Coins, is not a catastrophe. So let me give you an example. So if somebody were to say, like, she probably told them something, no, I don't think she did, or she told her family to do that, or no, she didn't. She didn't think that this was a good thing or a good idea at all. Also, we got this card, the courtship card, right? The courtship card, you see, we have the masculine and the feminine there. Um, the way that initially when I first saw this, it made me think of yeah, it made me think of how a story could be perpetuated that I didn't want to deal with this person, or I didn't want to talk to this person. Mac, let me tell you, baby, that is not the truth. She most definitely wanted to be involved with this person, right? Goosey's going crazy. She most definitely wanted to be involved with this person for sure. It may not have been a love situation for her, but there seems to have been a level of curiosity on both parts. So I don't know if like family or her family or family members have convinced themselves, yeah, that she was taken advantage of. Child, stop the lie. I hope that shit ain't going around because that is very much so not the truth, okay? Period. That's all I'm gonna say about that before I get pissed off. Ooh, okay. Yeah. This is connected to someone being worried about judgment and criticism. Public judgment, public criticism. That's on the family's behalf. What's this with the star and the six? I wonder what the dynamic of their relationship was. Her and Marquis. Okay. Okay. Did one person want more than the other? Not really. Not really at all. No. So that occupation card could definitely be carry the energy of someone who either is, how do I say this tastefully? So I feel like this is a narrative or a belief, perhaps on the perpetrator side, that yeah, someone I don't want to say, I don't want to say that this could be like a financial exchange, or you know what I'm saying? They're not looking at it for just like the lustful situationship that it was. They just don't want to accept that. They are looking at this like she didn't willfully engage with this person, and she didn't willfully choose to step out on her partnership, connection, marriage, relationship, whatever it was, with this black guy. So it had to be like for money, or it had to be because he forced her. Like that's the situation. I know he didn't want. She didn't want to talk to him. That's a lie. All that's a lie. I specifically asked Spirit, am I supposed to keep all three of these cards? Spirit said, yeah. I'm like, dang, it must be a lot of lies going around about that. I don't know what they are, but that's what they are. What is the obstacle to the truth here? What's the obstacle to the truth? We have the message card. So the message card is some type of email, communication, correspondence, right? Where somebody is spreading some type of information that's creating obstacles. Spreading some type of information. Immediately, initially, when I saw this card, my first thought was calling in favors, right? Someone being forced to lie or deny, for sure. Because see, I'm saying that because we have the Seven of Swords here, where like the information or the research is not lining up or not being done at all. Okay, absolutely that. And it's far reaching on behalf of this family. There's some type of outside support. Like create a block, create some confusion. Yeah. So with this particular, y'all, this is somebody who this either had there's some time being bought, or they feel like they can like block this for so long. That's what it feels like long enough. hmm So when I see this card, the message card, this could be connected to text messages, emails, even letters, right? Some type of communication being given or sent. And if that's the case, it's likely something that can be located, discovered, or brought up uh, by investigators. Let me tell you, we live in a society now, guys, where we are so watched. Every little thing we post, say, write, do, place we go, thing we buy. You can't tell me they're unable to figure this out. You could not pay me to believe that. Um, period. Yeah, so that's the obstacle to the truth. Somebody's either in denial, refusing to hear something, or blocking fact in some way. Messages, communication, phone calls, texts, letters, emails, documents, notes, papers. I'm looking, guys, at the book, the guidebook connected to this particular deck. Memos, formal paperwork, something requiring or requesting a signature. Messages in the mail, private or public. These are private for sure. Some type of correspondence has the information that is needed here. So when I asked, would the perpetrator be exposed? Definitely got this Queen of Swords energy, the energy of confrontation or truth speaking, right? Someone with unbiased judgment. But then it's kind of like the noise dies down, but something happens where there is some type of publicity with that Six of Wands. So I feel like this is a yes, okay? Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, yes. Transformation that maybe we don't see coming. I feel like this is something that's going to come out. And let me go ahead and say it, since you gave me her again. I feel like it's going to be at the hands of a woman of feminine energy who knows something. I'm sorry, who knows something. Who I would say heard something or said something, but no, she knows something. Period. And I feel like she's going to be the one to share. But I'll tell you about that in just a minute. What is it that we don't see? The involvement of this mature man connected to this house. This house could be where something nefarious has occurred, where there are secrets, but there's an older gentleman. He may be gray haired at this point. This could be an older gentleman connected to with the world card, travel or distance, or just connected in um, a high ranking way. Something about like this library, y'all, and this globe is giving like prestige. You know what I'm saying? That's the energy that I'm getting from that particular card. Where do we look? Where do we look? Let me show you what Spirit showed me. First, you look at that King of Pentacles energy, the wealthy man. And wealth, is subjective. That could be wealthy in land, in family, but this is often someone who is financially solid, okay, stable, secure. Let me see what the book says about him. Oh, the counterpart to a particular young lady. Have we seen her already? I feel like we did. Well, that would be the energy of this lady here. So that's interesting. The privileged lady there. Counterpart of that lady. Might be an entrepreneur. Has some type of career success. Old boys network. I can't make it up. Has some type of connection and access to his old boys network. And then Spirit said, keep pulling or pull another one. But she came out right after that, this main female. So I feel like this is that Empress energy, that baby mama energy, that couple energy that we saw at the start of this reading. So I don't know if there's an age difference between the two of them, but the one that cheated, okay, that's the energy that we're getting with the main female. And so let me tell you about the outcome here. The outcome, how is this situation going to play out? My goosebumps, y'all don't understand. Like, I'm just sitting here in a state of like, you know how like the hairs would stand up on the back of your neck? Like for me, it would be like my arms, everything. So right now, it's like my legs, my whole bottom half has just been like this entire at least like the last top half of this reading. That's so crazy. Release me, please. But the outcome here, guys, we have the official person, as you can see. We have this masculine energy who is in a uniform, so that's often connected to an officer, someone who has a uniform. Could be someone in military, right? This card could depict a lot of things, but considering what we saw, this is someone who is considered like a public servant type of energy. And then we also got the journey card, right? Which could suggest like a trip, someone leaving, maybe too with the intent of returning. But I'm taking note of this 10. So this could be like the end of a cycle or the energy of wholeness or renewal, but something connected to this official person. So I asked for clarity about this number 10, right? And these are the cards that we got to go with that. The main male, but is on the half. So this would be in comparison to the wealthy man that we just saw. This is like younger connection to this person. Someone who is younger, which Noah Gober would be younger, but this doesn't have to be him. But because it's saying Maine, this could be someone who is connected, or who most people have already thought was connected to it anyway, right? But the part that caught my eye where I said I feel like there's a feminine involved who is going to be helpful to this case being resolved. We have someone with the imprisonment card. This could be the Eight of Swords card where they're not talking, they're keeping their mouth shut, they're keeping something to themselves, etc. But that changes. That changes. Like this is somebody who's like, I don't want to be a rat, or I'm not going to be a rat. But something changes about that. And they're like, let me give you this gift. Let me share this information with you. This could be, after she's matured in some way, because we got that mature woman there. Maybe there is some type of actual physical illness or a consciousness that occurs. I feel like the energy that I got from these cards is like the appearance of someone having a change of heart, right? Where it's like, I had a change of heart. I just really wanted them to get justice for Marquis. So let me tell y'all what my husband did, or my uncle did, or whatever the case, right? That is how it would be presented. That ain't the motive. Okay? That ain't the motive. It could be her own guilt or shame about it. It could be like, somebody trying to like buck the system. Like, you're not gonna tell me what to do, even though it's been 5 years later and they've been telling me what to do for 20, 27, 30 years, right? This is somebody who has like some resentment towards this old masculine energy. It's like getting mad at your grandfather all of a sudden and then being like, I'm about to reveal some family secrets. It's that type of energy. That's the motive, right? Let me rock grandpa's world. It's not because she had, a change of heart and wants justice. But I really don't give a damn what the motive is. I just want justice revealed. So what do you say, guys? What do you think? Do you feel like the tarot lined up with what is already out there? I really feel like it does, and it did. But let me know what you think. I'm definitely going to, I'm saying definitely, I have 2 more cases to look into, because I know I said I was going to release two different cases Friday, but then this got kind of pushed to the head of the class. And I knew I wanted to share those videos. So it's like, okay, this is going to take a little second. But we're definitely going to look into cold case of Naomi Wilson. And we're also going to tap into the Tyrone Davis situation. There's a lot of information out about that. But at this point, not at this point, even in the beginning, definitely a lot of mixed opinions, in that like his father's side and his mother's side are not even in agreement about what occurred there. So we're gonna take it all with a grain of salt and just see what the cards say. And then a viewer requested Naomi Wilson's case, so we're gonna look into that as well. Give me some time, y'all, because my A team really be trying to make me rest over the weekend, and I don't be wanting to do that. So hopefully, my energy stays what it needs to be, and I can keep it cracking. Yeah. I hope this was helpful, guys. If it does nothing but put this young man's name in the mouths of people in the public eye, I'm good with that. Because when I tell you ain't no tarot readings about this young man, I'm so surprised. I didn't see any. So if you are a reader and you feel so inclined, it would be so great for you to tap into this case. If you are a psychic medium, it would be so great for you to tap into this case. If you are a true crime reporter or vlogger, it would be so great for you to tap into this case. Use your platform, right? Justice for Marquis.